3, 2, 1.
This is Genesis, and you're watching Deontay's Boxing Nation.
Deontay's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Deontay Wilder, he finally releases some photos of him sparring. And already, just looking at these photos, we're seeing a new and improved Deontay Wilder. We're seeing him go to the body, something that we're not really used to seeing him do. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe his trainer, Malik Scott, said the plan is to go to Tyson Fury's body, which is a great plan because that takes Tyson Fury's focus away from the right hand, and it also will possibly slow down Tyson Fury in the process. You know, guys, what this is all going to come down to is, can Deontay Wilder actually do all of the things that he has learned in training? Can he do it in the actual fight? And the thing is, he doesn't even have to do it all. The main thing Deontay Wilder has to do in this fight, he doesn't have to be a perfect fight. He doesn't have to, be the most defensive fighter and all of these things. The most important thing is for him to disguise the right hand. That's the only thing he has to do. Because I'm telling you guys right now, Tyson Fury is not that much of a special fighter. He just happened to be in the ring with a guy that was limiting himself, which was Deontay Wilder, by only relying on nothing but the right hand, by telegraphing the right hand. Every time Deontay throws the right hand, at least he did this in the first fight, every time he threw the right hand, it was almost like he was whispering to Tyson Fury, telling him, all right, dog, in 3 seconds, the right hand coming. 3, 2, 1. So all Tyson Fury had to worry about was not getting hit with the right hand. So Deontay Wilder, he made it easy for Tyson Fury because Tyson Fury, he didn't have to worry about no dangerous check hook. He didn't have to worry about no vicious body attack. He didn't have to worry about that beautiful right hand that a Floyd Mayweather throws to the solar plexus, right? All he had to worry about was a pawing jab and a huge right hand. Speaking of that pawing jab, I want to see Deontay Wilder throw that same jab he threw to Bermane Stiverne in that rematch. Do you guys remember when Deontay Wilder came out pumping that jab like Larry Holmes?
Stiff jab by Wilder now. Thus far, Stiverne hasn't shown the work rate. He's hitting. And Stiverne goes down in round 1.
It was that jab that set up the right hand. The jab blinded Stiverne, and he couldn't see the right hand. By the time that right hand landed, it was too late. The fight was over. But I didn't see that same jab in either one of the fights against Tyson Fury. He needs to bring that jab back to this fight. But speaking of Floyd Mayweather, and this is no diss towards Malik Scott, because I believe as long as, once again, Deontay Wilder, he does the things that he's learning, he's going to win. Even if he only learns 50% of what he learned, he's going to win this fight. But I still think that Deontay Wilder would have been in better hands if he would have took Floyd Mayweather's offer and worked with him to prepare for this Fury fight. Because Floyd Mayweather, he knows how to throw the right hand so many different ways. Floyd Mayweather is the master at disguising a punch. You see, Floyd is so special, he can tell you the right hand is going to come, and you still won't be able to stop him from landing it. Watch how he sets this right hand up against Canelo Alvarez. He throws a touch jab. He taps Canelo's right glove, and then he taps his left glove and then catches him with a perfect right hand. Now look at the different right hand Floyd Mayweather used to end the Corrales fight. At this point, Corrales had already been knocked down 4 times with check left hooks. Now understand something, guys. Diego Corrales was considered pound for pound, top 5, one of the best fighters in the world when he fought Floyd Mayweather. In fact, there had only been 2 fighters that was ever favored to beat Floyd Mayweather. It was Gennaro Hernandez, the first title shot that Floyd Mayweather won. He stopped him, and then it was Diego Corrales. The reason why Diego Corrales was rated pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world, because he had an iron chin, but more importantly, he had power and a very dangerous, aggressive style. In fact, he was more dangerous when he was hurt. but he had never been hurt until he got hurt by Floyd Mayweather. And mind you guys, Diego Corrales, he had just knocked out the undefeated champion, Roberto Garcia, who was a really good fighter at the time. Floyd was trying to actually fight all of them until, of course, Diego Corrales, he stopped Robert Garcia and took his title.
Corrales using the jab very, very well. Big weapon and their uppercut, two important punches for him. And it made all the difference as he knocked Garcia out. Garcia campaigning to fight Floyd Mayweather, who has a WBC super featherweight or junior lightweight championship, but he better get past Diego Corrales before he thinks of a mega fight against Mayweather. Right now, he's in trouble. He's ready to go. He comes Corrales down. Right hand. He won't recover from this.
All right, so now that I surmised the situation for some of you guys who probably haven't been following the sport that long, I want to show you guys how Floyd Mayweather set up this right hand to take Diego Corrales out. Now, Diego Corrales is extremely dangerous, and he's even more dangerous when he's hurt. That's how Diego Corrales knocked out Castillo and Joel Casamayor. So watch how Floyd Mayweather takes his time to set up this right hand. He keeps giving Diego Corrales different looks. He's trying to feint Diego Corrales out of position to land the right hand. Check this out.
It's like playing with a cobra.
You see Floyd Mayweather going high and low, and then all of a sudden, bam, catches him with a double right hand. And these are some of the ways Deontay Wilder needs to disguise the right hand. I mean, he doesn't have to be Floyd Mayweather the whole night, but there's nothing wrong with taking a page out of this man's book when he's the best fighter of this generation. So at the end of the day, all Deontay Wilder has to do is go to the body with hooks, come up top with hooks, reset, disguise the right hand, and stick with that stiff-ass jab. But like I just said a minute ago, if he applies what he's doing in training, he's going to win this fight. But unfortunately, you know, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather wanting to train Deontay Wilder, you have this black divide. You know, at least you have a couple black people on the internet. I won't say a complete black divide. You just have a group of black people on the internet that surprisingly hates Floyd Mayweather's guts. And soon as the news came out, they immediately opposed the idea, which is ridiculous to me. Do you think these Mexican fans would oppose if Canelo Alvarez wanted to help Virgil Ortiz beat Terrence Crawford? Of course not. You wouldn't find one single Mexican fan anywhere that would be like, nah, forget that. There's no way Virgil should work with Canelo. And guys, it wouldn't matter what the circumstances were. They would never say something like that. They would love the idea. See, that's the one thing with Mexican fans. Mexican fans, they don't care if Canelo is an asshole. They don't care if he beating up his wife. They wouldn't care. None of that stuff they care about. Only thing they care about is being loyal. It's all tribal, right? But not with black folks. Unfortunately, like I said, this little group of black people sitting over here saying the most ridiculous things like, you know, oh man, how come he didn't offer to train Deontay Wilder when he was undefeated? That's like someone reaching out to you and offering you money when you're on hard times. And your response is, oh, well, how come you didn't offer me no money when I had money already? How come you didn't reach out to me when money wasn't a thing? And then the other thing was Floyd Mayweather, he used to bet against Deontay Wilder, right? He would put money on the underdog. And that's another reason why Deontay Wilder didn't want to work with Floyd Mayweather. But I do want to say this, though. I think, you know, people have to understand that a lot of people that were enemies before are like best friends working together. I mean, for example, you got David Haye and Derek Chisora, who were sworn enemies, arch rivals, right? I mean, it was so bad that they got into a straight up fist fight at a press conference. Derek Chisora, he threatened to kill David Haye. Then they end up fighting. You know how the fight turned out. David Haye knocked out Derek Chisora. Now they're like best friends. Now David Haye is actually Derek Chisora's manager. And then you got Mickey Ward versus Arturo Gatti, who fought that trilogy. They became such close friends after the trilogy that Gatti ended up hiring Ward as his full-time trainer. Guys, this fight is much bigger than a personal beef, a personal internal beef in the country, right? This is much, much bigger than that. And this is the reason why Floyd wanted to help Deontay Wilder, because he understood this, that this fight is bigger than just a fight. And we all know what time it is. You guys already know what I'm referring to, but I'm gonna save that for another video because I got another video that I'm working on about this whole topic. But I'll close out with saying this. You know, guys, before I found out that Tyson Fury cheated, I praised this man Tyson Fury's performance. I thought he just put on a great performance. And the way Deontay Wilder looked, because he looked horrible in that fight, but now we know why, I thought there was no way he was going to have a chance of winning the third fight, right? Until I found out that Tyson Fury cheated, then it all made sense. The busted eardrum on the left side of Deontay Wilder's face from a right glove that had padding missing, right? Coincidentally, all of the damage that was done to Deontay Wilder was on the left side of the face. He gets a dent on the side of his head that's not the shape of a boxing glove. It's the shape of something smaller. And Deontay Wilder's own doctor tells him this could not have come from a punch. It could have only come from a blunt object. Now, Deontay Wilder, what he really should have done is when it came to that press conference, he should have brought his doctor. Deontay Wilder, he should have put up a big ass projection screen and showed the media and the whole world watching the images of Tyson Fury's gloves. Show the images. I mean, make a little small documentary. Show everything. Show Tyson Fury turning down water. Show Tyson Fury's team covering up the camera at the time when the commission wasn't in the room, and the WBC who lied and said he was in both rooms so he knows that Tyson Fury didn't cheat. When none of these people were in that dressing room, man, Deontay Wilder, he could have turned that press conference into a courtroom with exhibits A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. Show all the exhibits and then put on your headphones and be like, I ain't got nothing else to say. I see you on fight night. That's how you handle racist old media that is trying to purposely ignore this whole story. You put all the proof out for everyone to see with their own eyes. That's why old media never covered this story. You notice every old media member, they always joke about the costume excuse, right? They had no problem bringing up the costume excuse for the longest because they know that can't be an excuse why a person loses. But when it came to the glove scandal, oh, they stayed away from that story because that sounds and looks very possible. In fact, it's beyond looking possible. If we're going to have another press conference, this is what Deontay Wilder needs to do. He needs to present the evidence. He needs to present the evidence and let the whole world know what this man Tyson Fury did, because he has the biggest stage and platform to show it. Deontay Wilder's stage is bigger than these websites and all of these old media members, right? So this is what Deontay Wilder needs to do. But at the end of the day, when Deontay Wilder, or if Deontay Wilder goes in there and he knocks out Tyson Fury, which I believe once again, if Deontay Wilder, is doing what he's doing in training right now, and then we got a Tyson Fury, we don't even know if Tyson Fury's even training. We don't even know if he's going to take the fight or try to pull out again, which he's going to be in a lot of trouble, I assume, if he tries to pull out of this fight. But the way Tyson Fury has been behaving, like he does not want this fight, he doesn't feel comfortable fighting without his magic gloves. Like I said, man, if Deontay Wilder implements and he applies what he's learned in training, there's no way Deontay Wilder doesn't win this fight. That's how I see it. That's how I see this fight. Tyson Fury has never had power, so I don't see Tyson Fury knocking out Deontay Wilder at all. He's never had power. Without those magic gloves, Tyson Fury, he goes back to a feather-fisted heavyweight. And that's why he needed those gloves in the first place, because he knew he couldn't come close to matching Deontay Wilder's power. So like I said, I definitely see Deontay Wilder stopping Tyson Fury in this third fight if he applies what he's learned in training. So after old media completely wrote off this third fight, saying there's no reason to have this fight because Tyson Fury beat Deontay Wilder so easily twice, which he actually got knocked out in the first round if it wasn't for a referee that actually cheated, purposely cheated, because that was an experienced referee. All of a sudden he's counting, and the closer he gets to counting out Tyson Fury, he stops counting and he walks over to Deontay Wilder. Come on, man, we know what time it is. So once again, my point is, after old media completely wrote off any chance of Deontay Wilder winning the third fight, which is why they say they wanted the AJ fight all along, if Deontay Wilder goes in there, surprises them in the boxing world, and just completely knocks out Tyson Fury, that would further prove that this man cheated. Because by old media's own admission, Deontay Wilder was supposed to have no chance going into the third fight. That's the reason why they say they never even wanted to watch it, right? And that's one of those rare times where these people's racism comes back to bite them in the ass, right? So we're gonna see how it plays out. We're gonna see if Tyson Fury even shows up in the ring on October 9th. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
What's up, everybody? This your boy Tony Flow Knight. Hey, make sure y'all go download the new album at www.shelltown5records.com. That's www.shelltown5records.com. Flames is all we got.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, then this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Decay Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodecay.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.